If I was your best friend, I'd want you around me all the time. Can I be your best friend if you promise that you'll be mine?
How would you describe what a friend is?
I'd say a friend is someone that I can be candid with. I'd say a friend is someone that's going to hold me accountable, somebody that can love me through all seasons of life, somebody that can accept me through all seasons of life. I know most women don't feel like they are safe to experience depression. They aren't safe to experience any kind of pain. And so, especially when you think about them dating, they feel like they have to present their most polished version of themselves. However, if you're a friend, you know, if I'm going to pull up on you and I know that you're depressed, well, one, I'm going to tell you to wash your behind before I come see you, and then we're going to clean up your house. We're going to make sure you eat, because that's what friends do.
Yeah.
But you don't get that safe space when you're dating someone, because then the realities of life become too much.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, I don't know if I can deal with this. I don't know if I can handle this. But as a friend, I feel like there's no judgment. Like, you just accept me for who I am and what I am. But there's also a standard behind that. And so, not anything is accepted, but there is a standard, and growth is the undertone of the relationship, of the friendship. Yeah.
100%. 100%.
Yeah.
That's really good.
What about you?
It's the same. Like you said, when we're friends, just as like when we were, I didn't have to worry about being your Superman.
No.
I didn't have to worry about being your Superman because we were just friends.
We were just friends.
I didn't have to worry about being your problem solver because
No.
we were just friends.
There was no special treatment. Like, I recall when you experienced a tragic loss in your family, and I was calling you and you weren't answering. I was like, okay, this is not like him, and when I found out what happened, I pulled up on you and I was like, well, did you eat? And you was like, no. So what I do? I go get you some food, and I came back. Now, did you eat it? I don't even think you ate it, but it's the fact that, like, as a friend, I was able to do that.
For sure. And here's the thing, you all, like, it's so easy to relate something to the closest thing we're familiar with, right? So it's like, oh yeah, there was more to it the whole time. Like, she pulled up on him. Like, she was not the only person. She wasn't the only person.
And I was at drill that weekend. It's not even,
she wasn't the only person.
Yeah.
So I want to make that clear, is that we had a group of friends and we were friends.
Yeah.
It wasn't like this, oh, this is just her and I, and we're just experiencing this life together.
No.
Before we step in romance, it's secretly romance.
No.
It wasn't that at all. Not even a little bit.
No.
And I know you guys are asking like, but how? And it's because two things. One, because no boundaries were set. One, personally, before we met each other. Boundaries were set personally in my life.
They were just executed.
Yeah. It wasn't like, yo, this is how I'm approaching it. She's like, this how, no. This is how I was living individually.
Yeah.
This is how she was living individually.
Yeah.
Her living like this didn't have nothing to do with me.
No.
Me living like this didn't have nothing to do with her.
No.
And the way that the rest of our friend group was living didn't have nothing to do with us. So I'm saying that to say, we're specifically talking about, you're going to hear us specifically talk about our actions with each other.
Yeah.
But just keep in mind that it was a group of us.
Yeah.
A growing group of us.
Yeah.
So I want to make that clear. But a friend to me is exactly what you said, someone that you can literally just be cool with, keep it surface level with, but at the same time, when necessary, can go in depth with.
Right.
Not always look for ways to go in depth, not always have the deepest conversations, personal conversations, because then it crosses a boundary. It crosses an intimate boundary, which we were not having conversations about, like
previous relationships.
We weren't having conversations about previous relationships. We wasn't having conversations about sex.
No.
We were not having conversations. Honestly, there's so much that we never talked about our previous relationships to this day.
No.
Till this day, because we really don't have those conversations often.
No.
And
there's no need for them. Like, we were having conversations about the family dynamic.